Hi everyone, my name is Holly Raposo. I'm the Assistant Director in the Financial Aid Office here at Roger Williams. Today we're going to talk about financial aid, the processes, and the Affordable Excellence Initiative here at Roger Williams. We're going to go over the process. We're going to go over what sticker price is versus net price. We're going to go over the financial aid components and comparing costs, and we'll touch a little bit on the Affordable Excellence at Roger Williams. First, our school, in order to apply for financial aid here, we have to have two forms filled out by you electronically. The FAFSA, which is a free application for federal student aid. You can get that on fafsa.ed.gov. That will help the school's determination of federal aid, what you qualify for. Our deadline is February 1st. The CSS profile is at collegeboard.org. It's another little bit more lengthy form, and you use that to help us determine your eligibility for institutional grant money, and our deadline is January 1st. The institutional forms that we also require are different for everyone, and all schools will ask for different forms depending on what their needs are for the financial aid verification process. So the Federal Department of Education comes up with some different formulas that they calculate your financial need. They go by some basic philosophies. Number one, that parents have the primary responsibility for educating their children. To the extent possible, they will contribute as much as they can, as well as the students will also have responsibility to contribute to their education, which is why we count parent and student income. The family should be accepted in its present financial situation, meaning that we do have an appeals process. So if your financial situation is one way when you're filling out the FAFSA, but ends up being different, including like a job loss or something like that, you're able to appeal your financial aid award with your financial aid offices. And then also, the needs analysis system must evaluate students on a fair and equitable basis, so they do go by those formulas, which may appear and seem to be black and white, but they're as fair as possible, so schools will have to go by those numbers. So the cost of attendance for a school includes tuition and fees, books and supplies, transportation, miscellaneous expenses, room and board, foreign study, and allowance for handicaps. That will be the total cost or the sticker price for an institution. So the net price of a college is often much lower than the sticker price. So when you're looking at the sticker price, you don't want to get alarmed, because you want to take all the financial aid that you've been offered and subtract that from the sticker price, and that's when you get the net price. You're going to use these net prices in order to compare costs when you're looking at different financial aid packages when making your decision. So need varies based on cost. So in order to get your financial need number, a university will take the cost of attendance minus the financial aid and the expected family contribution, and that will get your need. That need will then allow financial aid offices to start packaging you with awards like work study, loans, grants, and any merit awards you've received. A good way to compare costs when you're looking at different colleges and different financial aid award letters, you want to look at the tuition price, you want to look at the room and board, and you want to look at the total cost for everything. A lot of parents will come into our offices with grids or Excel charts or something that kind of lay out the different costs where you can easily compare them. Then you want to take those costs and you want to put in those financial aid packages that you've received for those respective institutions. That way you can go ahead and compare the cost versus what they've given you for financial aid. As part of the financial aid award letter, you're probably going to have some grants, some scholarships. That's free money that you don't have to pay back. You could have federal work study, which doesn't come off the bill, but it is a fund that you can earn up to in dollars. So if you've been, say, awarded $2,000 of work study, that doesn't cut your bill by $2,000. It allows a student to work up to that amount by getting paid by federal dollars. And then there's private student loans that a student can apply for through private lenders. That can help the student, bridge that gap between what is offered and what is owed. And then you look at that total financial aid and see where you would go from there. So how to compare financial aid packages. You want to look at what type of assistance was offered. You want to look, did colleges offer more one loan than another? The federal loans that you're given from the Department of Education will be standard across the board for every institution. So a freshman will get $5,500 in loans, no matter where you're going to go to school. Sometimes schools will include private loans on there or parent loans. Those are subject to credit approval, so you don't want to count those as definite. Some people just may throw it in there. You also want to see if the package will remain consistent throughout the 4 years. So is the school's packaging and financial aid office procedures kind of, adhere to the fact that, you want to plan ahead and you want to see if you're getting the same amount every year. And then you want to check with the offices to see what impact does receiving outside scholarships have on the awards you've received from that school. Sometimes if you've been awarded a lot of financial aid, outside scholarships may come in and impact that. And you want to also look at what colleges are doing to maintain price, especially with today's economy. Prices of private education is definitely increasing. So you want to see if schools are taking the initiative and making some type of steps to curb that and allow families to make it more affordable for them. So now we're going to talk about a little bit of the Affordable Excellence at Roger Williams University. It's an initiative paired with maintaining costs, battling affordability, and also pairing that with experiential learning and different academic initiatives. What the school is trying to do is we're in a tuition freeze at the very moment. We're trying to do that every year that we can. We're doing that so you can have a savings potentially over $12,000 to $15,000 over 4 years. When you're making your decisions, you definitely want to look at that and count that in as a factor, because things like that and steps that schools will take will show that they're committed to making affordable education for students. So then after the financial aid's applied, you're kind of faced with how am I going to, bridge whatever I owe to what I've been receiving. Parent Plus loans are an option. There are parent loans in the parent's name. You can borrow up to the balance for the year. That's through the federal programs. There are monthly payment plans that you can put any amount towards, and they will take it out of your checking account or debit account over 10 months. There are non-need-based student loans, which, like I said earlier, the private loans through private lenders. There are outside scholarships, and a good scholarship resource is FastWeb. It's legitimate, it's free, and you can search national scholarships. So tips for filing financial aid is you definitely want to keep a copy of everything. You want to pay attention to deadlines, even though Roger Williams deadlines seem a little bit sooner than maybe your information will be done, say with the taxes and things like that. And you want to use estimates to complete these forms on time, then you can always go back and change them. You want to read all instructions and correspondence, and you want to ask questions to your financial aid offices if you're unclear about something. Any questions? Thank you.